So the first thing we're doing is a circuit of two different exercises, a founder and a psoas lunge stretch. The first exercise is the founder. We're going to start with your feet about 2 fists apart. The easiest thing to do is just make 2 fists, bring them in between your knees, squeeze your knees in tight to create that tension in your adductors. Once you get that tension, bring your hands on your knees, press your chest up nice and tall, locking your shoulders in, engaging the lats. Make sure you can clap your toes to really focus on the weight on the heels, and then reach back with both hands with your thumbs reaching up. Hold that right there. The key to this exercise is to focus on having a nice straight lower back from the tailbone to your spine, and just hold that right there. If you're a beginner, this is a great place to start, just maintaining that tension for a 30-second hold. From here, you can take a big breath in though. Exhale, reach straight ahead if you want to push it, and just hold that right there, elongating the spine, pushing your hips further back, and keep that tension, pulling your knees in super tight, and just hold this right there. Nice. As soon as you're done with this exercise, about 10 more seconds, you just got to make sure to squeeze your butt when you stand, and exhale, stand all the way up. Nice. We'll push that a little further the next round. For the next exercise, it's called the lunge stretch. So you're going to step forward with that left foot, take a big step back with that right leg, bend that back knee slightly, squeeze your right glute forward, tuck in the hip under you to engage the psoas and that hip flexor stretch. Once you get that stretch, interlock your hands, pull yourself up nice and tall, lean back slightly, squeezing that glute a little further forward, and then side bend to the left, pulling that right arm up nice and tall. Just hold that there for about 20 seconds. Really focusing on pulling that right arm up and out to engage that stretch all the way down the lat to that hip. Leaning back a little further, hold that right there. You guys get that stretch?
Yeah.
Take a big breath in, bring your torso back to center, step forward with that back foot and squeeze your butt. Nice. Same thing, but we're going to switch legs. All right, time to do the next leg on that psoas lunge stretch. So take a big step forward with that right leg. Bend that left knee slightly, so 80% of the weight's on that left leg. Squeeze that left glute forward, kind of tucking your hips under you. Once you get this stretch in that psoas and hip flexor, take a big breath in. Exhale, reach up with both hands, locking the shoulders in. Lean back slightly, and then side bend over to the right, pulling that left arm up and out. Hold that right there for about 10 seconds. Again, the goal here is to lengthen this arm up without collapsing into that rib cage, and you want to get that stretch all the way down. Hold that right there. Don't forget to breathe. Take a big breath in, bring yourself back to center, guys, and then step forward with that left leg, squeezing your butt as you come up. Good job. First round done. So again, we're going to start back with that founder. So remember, your feet are about 2 fists apart. All the weight's on your heels. You guys should be able to clap those toes. Bring the hands in between your knees. Squeeze your knees in tight to get that adductor tension. Once you get that, place your hands on your knees, pressing your chest up nice and tall. Reach back with both hands. Hold that right there. Once you get this stretch back here, you're going to push your hips back a little further, moving like a seesaw. As your chest falls forward, your butt goes back slightly. Keep that tension. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring your arms around, reaching towards each other, pushing your butt a little further back, keeping the shoulders locked in. Raise the arms up a little higher. Good job, guys. Hold that right there. Pull those arms up a little higher. Keep that tension, pulling those knees in, just to keep it out of the lower back. 3, 2, big exhale, stand all the way up, bring your hands in. Nice job. Right back into that psoas stretch. Big step back with that left leg. Bend that back knee slightly. Squeeze that hip forward, leaning back. We're gonna progress this slightly now, so interlock your hands, reaching up. Pull yourself up nice and tall. Squeezing your stomach, pulse back slightly. Hold right there. And then side bend again towards the right. Very nice, really pull that arm up. Do you guys get that stretch?
Oh yeah.
Okay, just remember, try not to collapse here. Lean back a little further, Zach. Hold. Bring yourselves back up to center. Hold that position, squeeze that glute nice and tight, and then pulse back slightly, so you're just going in this motion for 5 reps, doing a short and shallow exhale every time you go back. Hold that 5th one back, side bend again over towards the right. Hold right there, you should get a little deeper stretch now. Breathe, about 3 more seconds, 2, 1, come back to center. Dig that right heel in the floor, squeeze your butt and stand all the way up. One more time on the other leg, and then we'll break for a little water. So big step back, bend that back knee slightly. 80% of the weight's on that back leg. Lean back slightly, tucking that hip under you. Interlock your hands, pull yourself up nice and tall. Lean back a little further, squeezing that glute a little further. Side bend over that left leg. Staying nice and square. You don't need to push it to get the stretch. Hold right there. Come back to center. We're gonna pulse back for 5. Remember, you're trying to get that hip flexor and psoas, so squeeze that glute every time you lean back. And hold that 5th one back. Good job, you guys. Side bend towards the left. One last hold. Hold this right there. 3, 2, pull yourself back to center. Dig that heel and stand all the way up, squeezing your butt. You guys wanna push it? All right, here we go. We're gonna go little change of pace. Same idea as that founder, it's just a wider series. So you're gonna go pretty wide feet. You guys can watch me too. Your feet are about 8 or 10 inches wider than each shoulder. It's that same idea though. You're gonna bend the knee slightly. The weight's on your heel, so you should be able to clap those toes. And then you can physically use your hands, push your hips back, letting your heart fall forward, just like a seesaw, until you get that stretch in the back of your legs. Once you get that, pull your knees in tight to create that tension in your groin and adductors. Once you get that tension, you're gonna reach back with that same idea. Hands are back, externally rotating your hands back. Hold that right there. Nice. Again, the idea is as that heart falls forward, push your butt further back to create that tension, and then keep those knees tight like you're pulling your arches in, resisting. Hold that right there. Do you get that tension in the inside of your legs? Nice. So just hold this here. If you want to push it, which I think they do, you're going to exhale, reach straight ahead with both hands, push your butt back a little further. Now bend the knees about 2 inches lower and pull your knees in even tighter. And then raise the roof, bringing those hands up. 10-second hold. Don't forget to breathe short, shallow breaths, and you want to keep your chin tucked so you're not going to hurt your neck or your cervical spine. And from here, this is where it gets fun. They're going to exhale, drop their hands to the floor. If your hamstrings or lower back are killing you, you can kind of bend the knee slightly and then exhale, getting your legs straight for that hamstring stretch. Just remember, bend and snap. Good. Keep the knee slightly bent, pushing your butt back. Create that tension, pulling that left knee in, and open up that right arm towards the ceiling for a windmill. And we're just gonna hold this 10 seconds. And the key here is just trying to, every exhale, twist a little deeper, keeping the weight evenly distributed, but you're really focusing on pulling that left knee in. Do you guys get that in the inside of that left leg? Nice. Bring that hand back down to the floor. Walk your hands forward slightly, pushing your butt a little further back. There you go. Open up that left arm towards the ceiling. Again, you're trying to really push your butt back, engaging that right lat and pulling that right arch in just to get that stretch. Great job, you guys. And you can watch Nora's knees. They're totally vertical with her shins. This is gonna protect your knees and make sure you can load the glutes. So from here, they're gonna bring their hands back down to the floor. And to make sure they're set, they're gonna bring their hands back on their knees, press themselves back up into that starting position, making sure that chest is a little lower, Zach. Hold that right there. Reach back with both hands with those palms externally rotated. Keep that tension, pulling those knees in. The longest 5 seconds of your life, you're gonna hold it. And then from here, you can go Fonzie thumbs, squeeze your butt, stand all the way up, locking your legs. And a key thing here, whenever we stand up, you just wanna make sure that you don't hyperextend that lower back and lean back like this. Your glutes are made to protect your back, so that's what they're there for. This is your top. Tight quads, tight butt, tight stomach. Good job, you guys. Next exercise. Yeah, just like the Fonz. Hey. Okay, so same idea. The lunge stretch, but a little different exercise. We're gonna focus on the hamstring of the right leg. You can call this the woodpecker, a single leg deadlift variation, whatever you want. But the idea is we're loading your glute and hamstring. All right, so the next exercise of this circuit is the single leg founder or the woodpecker stretch. We're gonna start with that right leg forward, so step back slightly with that left leg. Same idea as the wide series. You can physically use your hands, pushing your tailbone back and up as your heart falls forward, maintaining that straight back. Once you get this, 80% of that weight's on that front leg, so you should get that stretch right where the hamstring meets your glute. Once you get that, externally reach back with the hands, rotating your hands up towards the ceiling. Hold that right there. Let's see if they're doing it right. Okay, chest a little lower, raise that tailbone up slightly. Hold that right there. Again, if this is your first time doing this, just hold this stretch right here. All right, hold that right there. Take a big breath in. And exhale, bring your arms around, reaching straight ahead. If you want to push it, hold that right there. Just remember, if you're pushing it, keep the shoulders back away from your ears, arms up a little higher. 10-second hold, maintain that nice flat back. Digging that heel, you should start to get that burn right where the glute meets the hamstring. Do you guys get that a little bit? 3 more seconds. And then from here, whether you're here or here, you're gonna bring the hands back into that Fonz and then tight butt all the way up. Nice. Switch legs. So left leg forward, right leg back. Push your hips back with your hands, letting your heart fall forward. Pressing that heel on the floor. Exhale, reach back with both hands. Rotating those shoulders back. Digging that heel, maintaining a flat lower back and even hips. Nice, and if you're really tight, you really want to focus on opening your hands up as much as you can. Let your heart fall a little lower. Raise the roof with your tailbone, Zach. There you go, hold that right there. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring the arms around. Hold that right there. A little trick too is when you're reaching around, you can bring your arms forward, pull your chest a little lower, and then lock your shoulders back in and then raise the roof up. You're gonna sink about 2 inches lower. Nice job, dig that heel. Exhale, stand all the way up. Nice, good job. So we're gonna do that one more time, that whole circuit, starting with the wide feet. So feet about 10 to 12 inches wider than your shoulders. Okay, weights on your heels, you should be able to clap the toes. You're in that athletic stance, so bend the knees slightly, pushing your tailbone back and up as that heart falls forward. Hold that right there. Reach back with both hands. Keep that tension, pulling your knees in nice and tight. Zach, really open up the hands as much as you can, keeping the elbows close to the rib cage. There you go. You guys are both gonna take a big breath in. Exhale, reach straight ahead. Hold that right there. Pull yourselves a little lower, pushing your butt a little further back. And now raise your arms up about 2 to 3 inches. Try to relax your face, even if it hurts. Hold that right there. 3, 2, exhale, drop your hands to the floor. Walk your hands forward slightly, pushing your butt back slightly, keeping the weight on your heels. Shoulders are away from the ears. Open up that left arm towards the ceiling. All the weight's distributed on the inside of that right leg, like you're resisting my hand pulling your knee. You get that stretch in the adductor, hold that right there. Great job. Trying to also make sure that this lower back stays flat. Just hold that right there. Bring that hand back down to the floor. We're gonna get legally blonde here. We're gonna bend the knees slightly and then exhale, pop your butt up, bend and snap, you guys, about 5 reps. Every time you exhale, try to get your legs as straight as you can, keeping the shoulders away from your ears. After 5 of those, bend the knee slightly, trying to get back into that reset position. And then we're gonna unwind that other arm up towards the ceiling. That right arm, nice. Every exhale, try to get your arm a little further back. Nice job, you guys. Bring the hands back down to the floor. Redistribute the weight onto both heels evenly. Bring the hands on your knees. Press your chest up, straighten in the arms, pushing your knees back slightly. Pull them in a little tighter. Reach back with both hands. Tight stomach, so there's no arch in that lower back. Butt back a little further, Nora. Hold that right there. That's perfect. 5, 4, 3. Dig those heels on the floor and lock the legs. Nice job. Right back into it. Right leg forward to that single leg founder. Same principle, same idea. 80% of the weight's on that right heel. Digging that heel, use your hands pushing your tailbone back and up, letting that heart fall forward. Hold that right there. Reach back with both hands, really rolling the shoulders back. Hold that right there. So again, we're gonna progress this slightly now. So take a big breath in. Both of you are gonna exhale, reach straight ahead. Hold that right there. Pull yourselves a little lower, pushing your butt back and up a little higher. Raise those arms up slightly. If this is hard for you, just hold this for 10 seconds. If you really wanna push it, you're gonna turn to the left slightly, just like Nora, and you're gonna push your hips further away from you, pushing your butt back. She's got to fear the foot, really pushing that butt back. Do you feel that difference in your glute? Mm-hmm. Okay, hold that right there. 4, 3, 2, turn yourselves back to center. Hands come to that Fonzie position. Dig that heel, stand all the way up. Nice, switching legs. And then a break. So dig that left heel on the floor. Again, you can physically use your hands pushing your tailbone up and back so you get that stretch in the hamstring and glute. Reach back with both hands. Nice job. Maintaining even hips like you have a glass of water on each hip. Hold that right there. Exhale, reach straight ahead with both hands. Shoulders away from the ears. Pull your chest a little lower, raising the tailbone up a little higher. Zach's just gonna raise his arms up slightly, a little higher. Nora, you're gonna pivot to the right. Fear that imaginary foot, pushing that butt back. Arms up a little higher. Hold that right there. Just breathe it out. 4, 3, 2, come back to center. Elbows come in. Big exhale, stand all the way up, squeezing your glutes. Shake it out. You made it. Good job, you guys. Just remember, a few tips are, when you guys stand up, you never want to hyperextend your lower back. And we always want to watch where your knees are. The whole idea of this is to load your glutes to protect your knees and your lower back. So when you do things, just be very careful to not ever do this or to do this. But other than that, great job.